Hey, gang, it's Dr. Fred, and I'm so excited because we have the Atlanta Boot Camp, the Perfect Day One Day Boot Camp coming up June 3rd. Man, people are piling into it now, and we always have speakers that really shift your consciousness. And I'm so thrilled that our speaker on Friday night is a gentleman I met a few months ago that made an immediate impact in my life, which I'm going to talk about. Sajady, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Hey Fred, thanks for having me on, man. It's going to be an exciting time. We're just going to have a great time hanging out and talking about, well, consciousness and what it's all about. So,
Exactly. So let me set the frame for this because you guys know everything is mindset first and then systems. I always talk about your only problem in life is your level of consciousness. And that's the main thing we do in the boot camps. When you come for that experience, man, you shift your mindset because chiropractic lifestyle. Hey, what we do, we teach 90% into chiropractic lifestyle. So you need to change to get to lifestyle. Lifestyle is a mindset. Change your mindset, change your life. Change your mindset, change your life. That's what you're all about too, as well.
yes.
Obviously. So he's going to come here. And let me just tell my experience. I met you at a Tony Robbins event, a platinum group. And it was so funny because I was invited as a guest by a great friend of mine, Dr. Nona Javid, which you've worked with. And I just had a feeling that I was going to meet somebody that was going to make an impact in my life. You know, our intuition talks to us, right? Our intuition knows everything in advance.
Absolutely.
And so you were the first person we happened to talk to.
Mhm.
And obviously, with what you do, you could sense energetic holdbacks, or if you want to call that, little barrier shifts in consciousness I need to make. And you told me, man, you got a little challenge in relationships. And so, like, well, okay, that's definitely a possibility, right? And so you
Yeah.
said, hey, let me work on you. So a couple hours later, you did this little clearing, and within a couple days, I was introduced to my now fiance, soon to be wife, Molly Rose Holmes. And I actually called you and
Yeah.
told you and thanked you. We've met a couple times in the interim.
Mhm.
And honestly, if I had to write a list of traits of the perfect woman for me, she's everything and more. And so was that a coincidence? I don't think so, right? That was expected.
No, it actually happens quite a bit in what I do, and it happens really really fast, especially for those people who are really ready. And you were, you had. And here's the key, Fred, and everybody else, no matter what you're doing out there, if there's you have everything that's perfect, but you need that one key that's missing in a lot of people's lives. So I help you get that key, find the lock for it and then turn it, and then your life dramatically changes. Whether it's a relationship or whether it's like making money. A lot of people, they go through hell and high water. They think they have to sacrifice, and it's like, hey Moss, I can't make any money doing whatever. Why is everybody else making money and why am I not? Well, there's probably a certain, say, key that has to be unlocked for you, and then you start making money,
Isn't that
or
amazing?
you become healthy. Some of you, you all are chiropractors. You have clients or patients that, no matter what you do, it's like, why are they always sick? Why are they have that one thing that you can help them with? So, and then that you turn on that thing or you unlock whatever is locked for them, and poof, they literally start to transform.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, and I experienced it with you as well
Mhm.
and in my own life.
Yeah.
So, let's just go through basically, this is really what you do. You're an expert in the physics of exponential intelligence. That's not EX, that's capital X. XI is the science of creating the ultimate human. Thank you. Through higher consciousness. Now, do
Yes.
you guys get it? Now, do you know why he's coming here to speak to us? And by the way, I want to let you know, we didn't hire him. He's doing this for the purpose.
Yes.
So he's coming on his own dime, gang, which I'm so flattered because you travel all around the world, help hundreds of thousands of people. So this is truly an honor. I want you guys to know that he's coming because he cares about you.
Absolutely. It's literally about spreading the word, because if I help you all, you're going to help your clients at a massive level, right?
That's
So,
exponential.
uh, Sorry about that, friend.
Yeah, it's all
I'll
good.
have to delete that part.
Yeah, no worries. We don't care. So you can experience when you're in a higher conscious, you can experience euphoric relationships, and that's what I experienced with Molly.
Yeah.
Aging younger, love that. Enjoy the luxuries of immaculate wealth, love that, and live with passion, purpose, and meaning. That
Yeah.
is absolutely necessary. So for you to understand the science of how Moss has helped manifest these miracles in the lives of hundreds of thousands, you would have to do one thing. And I love this: believe in the impossible. And
Yes.
that's why I have on my arm Matthew 19:26, with God, all things are possible.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of us, Fred, we think that, we have to, do what, what we think success is, what we think is going to a higher consciousness. All the things that other people have done, well, it has worked or maybe it hasn't worked, but is there a better way? Can we step out of our paradigm to really go to that next level? And that's what we need. We need to step out of that paradigm. I for one, I went through the success route. I was a young kid, and I'm going, shit, what is this life about, And, the success paradigm, I knew a lot of successful individuals, but they weren't happy. They were still alcoholic or whatever, and, had their issues. They were aging, and I went the religious route too. And it's like, God, there's a lot of really kind people that are super religious. And I'm going, God, they're not happy either. They've got the same issues as everybody else. I was like, well, why is everybody searching, for that solution that's not really working out well? Is there a better version of that? And that's when I had my first near-death experience. So literally, guys, I stepped out of this consciousness, this reality, to find another reality. I journeyed out there twice, not just once, twice. The first time, right? I'm not going to get into all the details. You can find it on my website, mossajady.com. But the first near death allowed me to go, shit, there's something out there that you can really hang on to, that's real, more real than this reality. But the key is like the first near death allowed me to understand is like, God, that there is something out there. It's like I found, the treasure, the pot of gold.
Okay, let me
Or,
interrupt one thing, because you
yeah.
say near death and people are tripping. So I know they
Oh,
can get
really?
it for you.
Okay.
Masajady is MASSAJADY.com.
Yeah,
Can you go a little bit into it? And you left this body. Okay, that's
I did.
not everybody has near death experiences where they have
Okay, okay,
out
okay.
of
Sorry,
body
guys.
experiences, man. So I think if they can get some reality on that, then
Yes.
that would be a
Yes.
benefit.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've all heard of stories of people having a near-death experience where they're like lying on the surgery table and they start to float above and they start to see, the doctors working on them and they can describe exactly, what the doctor said and all that stuff, where they were, and scientists poo-poo that just because they don't know what's out there. But there's so much evidence, or people like Anita Murjani. I don't know, Anita Murjani, dying to something. I don't know. She wrote this famous book that that was a #1 bestseller, where she was literally dying of cancer. She had a near death. She came back. Her cancer, was cleared. Or some people come up with like savants. They have amazing abilities to calculate numbers and so on. My ability after my second near death, and I'll describes what went through. My abilities after that second near death is like seeing people's patterns, seeing what makes you tick, and going, hey, this is the problem that's holding you back. Let's fucking just remove it. And then you remove it. Literally, you're perfect the way you are. You literally are. Most people don't realize that you're perfect the way you are. You just need this little tweak. It's almost like changing the channel, and your life changes dramatically. And I'm not just
Probably
saying
why
that.
you said just fucking change it, right? No, this is what's
Yes.
fucking holding you back, right?
Yes,
It's so
exactly.
easy. It's like,
It is. It's so easy. So it's not about fixing where you are. It's literally about changing the channel of where you are. So how did I get all there? And I know some of you is like, well, how did he die? The first near death was I had my jaws crushed in a warehouse accident. I'm not going to get into all the details, but rail car accident. I was a kid, warehouse job, college job, and I was unloading rail cars, and they have these moving walls inside the rail car, um, and it was stuck. So we started pulling, and I was up on top. By the way, I had climbed up on the top of the wall, like a 14-foot wall, and this thing slid. So imagine a rail car, and they have these moving walls on the inside. right? That was jammed. I climbed up, and I was pulling. My teammates were pulling, from underneath, and all of a sudden, this wall, half-ton wall, just slid across, and my jaw got trapped between the wall and the ceiling member that was there, and it just going just like
Oh,
this. Yeah, it's crazy. And then I split away. I floated away, and I didn't even realize that I had died, guys. I'm going, God, that's a sad state of affairs. And it's not like, I was going, God, you poor thing. You're only living 1%. That's what I really thought. It's like, shit, you're only living 1% of who you really are. You don't even know who you are. And I'm going, wait a second, who am I talking to? That's me. I was talking to myself. I'm going, wait, what am I doing here if I'm over there? And that's when I realized that I had separated completely, and I had split. So I was like conscious, highly conscious of what reality or what consciousness that I was existing in. That's really the key. And I'm going,
it's
God, that's
fascinating.
me.
Can I interrupt one quick second?
Yeah, yeah,
So I always say in the healed system, it's like our anatomical eyes can close before we realize our spiritual eyes are open. They've
yeah.
been open the whole time. It's like you didn't even know that you died because you've been in there the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the craziest thing, and it's like, and I even thought, Fred, is like, God, should I be sad? Should I be mourning? Because that's standards. Like, you're dead, you should be crying, you should be this and that. It's like, what the hell happened? Why did God take me away so young? It's like none of that. It's like, damn, I'm leaving that behind. I'm gonna see what's out there. I'm gonna journey on, and that's where you saw all the possibilities of what you could be. Again, I'm not going to go into the details because that's just a long seminar in itself. But this is where you see all possibilities. You review it's not a life review, it's a life relive. You live from the moment, and even a little bit before that, from the moment you were born till the time of your death. And it's not like God is there or an angel's there going, well, you did something wrong here. You did good, this good. And they check you off and you're going up and down. You're either going to heaven or you're going to hell, right? It's nothing like that. You relive your life, and you go, wow, that was a great life. And there's no I should have or I could have. You understand why you went through the life that you did at a very, very high level. And it is just the most fascinating, most, say, brilliant, say, moment. And and the key feature, and I want to highlight this, is because this is how I help individuals, not by suggestion like psychology, NLP, or motivation or state change and stuff like that. I literally help people by shifting them in space-time, and that's how you change consciousness. What simulation of yourself is running? So I say that because I was conscious. I ran, 22 years of my life in just maybe a second. And I was awake enough to go, how did I just relive? Because it's not a memory. You relive your whole life in maybe a few seconds, maybe about a minute or two. I was out. It's like, how did I do that? So time and space started to get really disoriented for me. But in the second near death, which was a drowning accident. So the first near death opened me to, say, the possibilities of what life could be. The second near death allowed me to go, I want that. How do I get it here? How do I get it in physical form? Because most people, what do? They sacrifice this physical form, especially if you're spiritual or, religious, right? It's like you have to forsake this body to go to see the beauties of heaven or whatever you want to call it. You don't. The second near death allowed me to go, I want that heavenly state here in physical form. And it allowed me to go, it was a drowning accident. I was underwater. The wife at the time said probably about 8 to 10 minutes underwater. It was like, and I can only hold my breath for about a minute or two. But at that level, I transcended, the tunnel of light that people talk about, or anything else. And then you go into a beautiful blue space. At that level, the beautiful blue space, I call it the universal database, because I'm a computer programmer by trade. But at that beautiful blue space, you have access to anything. You have access to all knowledge, past, present, future, because there is no time. Again, it's about time. Everything happens at once there. You are all the possibilities. The amount of love that you feel at that level would blow your circuits in physical form. You would just like literally explode of euphoria at that level of love that's out there. And that's all that's out there. But what are the logistics, or what are the physics to bring that love? It's not like, yeah, I want that love, but what do you have to do? Again, raise your consciousness, like Fred was saying. You have to raise your consciousness to experience that love, which we all are looking for. But how do you do it in physical form? And that's what I've done over the decade. I've helped over 100,000 client sessions, millions of people, but 100,000 individual client sessions. And nobody can do that because, well, it only takes a few minutes to transform. I worked on you for, I don't know how long, 5, 10 minutes. It
Yeah.
wasn't that long. Yeah. And like transformations. And there was a death around you as well that I helped clear out, if I remember right, wasn't it?
My father died December.
Yeah. And I picked that up for you as well, and I helped him and I helped you release that, say, bond or connection in
And
a
my second
proper
wife
heavenly
died
way.
too. And
Yeah.
interesting,
So,
I just want to make a quick comment on my death because he's come back and talked to me actually through Molly,
yeah.
but he keeps saying, I'm not dead. It's like it's the same thing. He moved out of his body and realized he was in there at the same time. He keeps telling her, look, I'm not dead. I'm still here. Like I'm alive, right? That is the eternal life force.
Yeah, his presence is here, and that might feel even different for you. So, those things that we don't even know about, there's another whole, say, reality that's there that dictates what happens in this reality. You have to go, just like quantum physics, you've got this physical object, which is Newtonian physics, you've got quantum physics, and then what I would call pure physics, and that's what we got to get to, that really dictate what happens in this reality. And that's what I show people. And that's where
Well,
people get massive
that's your
transformation.
exponential intelligence then.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice. Well,
So,
you're going to be here speaking on Friday night about 7 o'clock from 7 to 8. We're going to bring a little wine in at 6:30, so everybody will have worked hard, but it's going to be fun. And tell us what you're going to. I mean, obviously, we see what you're going to talk about
mhm.
now, and also you're going to give them an opportunity on how to expand their life. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that it really dictates. I don't have a preset speech or anything like that, but we're gonna take it real casual. It's really cool. I'll talk about, say, the possibilities of what we all can be. And by the way, you don't have to have a near death experience to experience the higher consciousness. I've learned from it. You can learn from my experience, but it is a near death for those people who awaken. It's the death of their old self and the blossoming of their new self. So that's the closest you'll get to it near death. But yeah, on that event that night with you, and I'm really really excited. By the way, is like I get to show you who you are at your grander version of who you are. The possibilities. I can give you the science behind it. Over the decade that I've worked on this, it's literally a science. And it's more science than, say, physics, more science than this reality here, because in this reality, any science that you believe in or you adhere to, there's always exceptions to the rule, right? If there's exceptions to the rule, you haven't gotten to the higher level of consciousness, or what Elon Musk says, you're the first principle. You keep going, you keep searching to the next level. If there's an exception to the rule, you're not at the highest level of understanding, and say that science. So I believe I've reached that higher level where there's very few or hardly any exceptions to the rule. So I'll talk about the science behind that. I'll talk about the possibilities, how to age younger. I'm 61, and blood work and all that is like of a 25-year-old, actually. The vitality and all that. And then also is like how you can help your clients, and that's what I really is excited about. Because if you're at a high level of self, you help your clients at a very high level, and that's how we really really transform the world. And then we'll also do, just to show you the possibilities. If anybody wants to, say, come up on stage, if you want me to, say, analyze you, scan you, see
Oh
what's
yeah.
going on, we could do that for a couple people, and I could read. You don't have to tell me anything about yourself. you know, you don't have to tell me. You can, if you want to, if you want to share your experience, if you allow me to say analyze you and tell you what's going on with you on stage, we can do a couple demos on the possibilities, because we all have these abilities, though, by the way. So I think it's really cool, that aspect of it. It's not one, it tells you like, this shit's real. Two, it's like, how did he do that so I can do that? Because we all have these abilities. So your chiropractic skills will, go up to that next notch.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
And I'm really excited to have you. I'm thrilled to sit in the audience. I'm thrilled to have you be at our event. I'm eternally grateful that you're taking the time to do this and
absolutely.
to be able to contribute to the group.
Thank you so much.
We'll all look forward to it. So as you're watching this video, share this with others,
Mhm.
for people to come into those boot camps, even just to have this experience, let alone everything else that's going to be totally transformational in your life and practice.
Yeah,
This will
absolutely.
be one you got to go to. So especially if you're an elite client, if you're not registered, you want to be at this boot camp. So
Yeah, and if you want to find out more about me, you can go to Sajady, MASSAJADY.live. It's a YouTube channel, and it'll explain a lot of things. It's my show, Moss on Sundays, where I explain like how life works, and then what you can do about it. So,
nice.
at a deeper level. So,
Well, thank you, my friend. I'm looking
thank
forward to
you.
it. Thank you for taking the time today, and we'll see you
Anytime, buddy.
soon. All right, peace.